Hey there again, my friend. This is Mike Acquaviva, and I'm excited to be bringing you this video today. Been a little not too consistent, which is actually one of the attributes I'm going to talk about in this video, with my posting and stuff on Facebook the last few days. And I've been getting over a cold, as you can probably tell. I'm taking some Echinacea stuff, and all good to go. I'm drinking some Echinacea Starbucks here. But anyway, so I'm going to share the 5 key attributes. Now, there's tons of other attributes and characteristics you could probably find if you really like think about it, because there's so many things that make up a great influencer and leader. When it comes to getting people to follow them, when it comes to getting their point across, when it just there's so many different things. But here's 5 that are really powerful. So trait number 1, I already mentioned, is being consistent. You know, you notice people like Peter Vood, Robin Sharma, Brendan Burchard, all the major top influencers, leaders, game changers, impact makers in this world, they are consistent. They're always putting out content. And one of the great ways that you can do that is to schedule your content. You can use something like Buffer or Cujo. I think it's called Cujo. Like the rabbit dog. It's Cuckoo or something. It's Cuckoo. I think it's like Cuckoo Clock. Anyway, but there's different tools you can schedule content, whether it's for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of your social media accounts. You can schedule the content so you know it's going to be posted. You don't have to always like shoot a video. Like I'm doing this right now. This isn't scheduled. I'm actually just creating this live right now and posting it right after I'm done. But otherwise, you can create content and schedule it if you didn't already know that. Even Facebook has a new scheduling feature. You can set it so that you post something later on in the future at a specific time. You can set the date, set the year, the day, and all that. But anyway, so you can schedule content, and that makes it really easy to make sure you're consistent in getting your stuff out there. Also, you know, always look at blogs. You can create custom lists on Facebook. If you don't know how to do that, go to Google and type in how to create custom lists on Facebook. But when you create a custom list of certain fan pages you follow, then it's easy to find new content all the time to extract from that fan page to use on your Facebook or something like that, or in a group. You can always have content available to use. Of course, always be reading books. It's like night and day when I'm reading books or I'm not reading books. When I read books, I get all these different new ideas for quotes and post topics and stuff like that that I wouldn't get otherwise. You know, if you're not devouring certain information, if you're not consuming and soaking in certain information, your brain can't make all these different connections and find different ideas based on the ideas that you take in, right? You understand that, right? You can't soak in and you can't. It doesn't work well. So yeah, always be reading to get new ideas. So stay consistent, always putting stuff out there. So that's trait number 1, is to be consistent. Trait number 2 is to be persistent. Now it goes along with consistency, but persistent is not just, you know, you're going to, no matter what, you're going to put out great content. No, it's always chasing after your goals and learning new things and adapting, you know, just keep going after what you want. There's really not much more to say than that. But have that mentality that you're burning bridges, that you're making this happen no matter what. Now, you don't have to always, you know, burn the bridge. You don't have to always leave that job yet. You can go after what you want. Just make sure that every moment counts in your day. That's really what I want, really what it comes down to. You know, we have a very finite amount of time on this planet. And we have a very limited amount of time to spend on this, you know, doing what we want. And your gifts matter, and you have this time to put that out in the world and make your difference. So use your time wisely. So be persistent, be consistent. Trait number 3 is actually being resourceful. And Tony Robbins says, it's one of his great quotes. He says, you should, there's not a problem with lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness that people have an issue with. And so there's a ton of resources for you to learn the things you need to know, for you to become a better speaker, become great at guitar, really anything you want to learn and grow into. There's a ton of resources out there. There's books, there's YouTube videos. Great leaders, they watch webinars, they watch YouTube videos, they read books. They're resourceful. They're always finding the stuff they need to use to become the person they want to be. They take those courses. They invest in those programs. There's like a $5,000 program that will make you a better speaker. Hey, you're going to become a much better speaker by investing that money into doing that. And it's really going to compound. You're going to have that ROI, that return on investment, and that ROT, right? Return on time by taking that program. So great leaders, they don't care that they're wasting money, not wasting money, but they're using their income towards something that will grow them, because they're going to have a better result in the end. They're going to become a better person. So be resourceful. Resourcefulness, consistency, persistency, and trait number 4 is, I'm kind of forgetting some of these traits here. Blame it on the cold, but trait number 4 is being assertive. You notice a lot of leaders, and this is actually something, a reason I'm bringing this up even, and the reason I even thought of this, and it's so true, most leaders are assertive. They care about their time. They don't want their time wasted. And so they get right to the point, and they tell people what they should do. They tell people, how they should do things. They tell people the bare facts, the bare minimum they need to know. Most people, that aren't assertive, like I'm just too, honestly, personally, I believe that I get too much into all the details when I talk about things. I talk people's ears off pretty much. And it's really about being assertive. It's about getting to the point. It's about being simplistic. Great leaders, very effective people. They keep everything simple. Figure out how you can really get to your point the quickest when you're talking to someone about your product. When you're trying to share an idea that you really want to you really want to get your point across, but how do you do that in the most simplistic way? And that's also being assertive. It's really getting to the point and just making your case known. Anyway, so that's trait number 4. So you got consistency, persistency, resourceful, assertiveness. I probably could have said more about assertive, but you understand what being assertive is. Basically you want to be the alpha, not the beta. You want to be the leader, not the follower. You want to be the controller, not the person being reactive. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive, right? In your day, with people. Yeah. Anyway, so that's trait number 4, and trait number 5 is so crucial. Last trait here, and that is being heart-centered, heart-driven. Like people like, Joel Brown, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Brendon Burchard, all these people, they come from their heart. Notice, and I've noticed this in the past as well, when you're always focused on the transaction, the sale, and the conversation with someone, you're always focused on the money and the compensation of that conversation, or in the end, if someone joins your business, oh yeah, you're gonna make money, it's awesome. But when you're always focused on that, you really can't connect from the heart with someone. And when you connect from the heart, the right words flow. You say the right things, and people can hear it. People can hear it in your voice. They can feel that you truly matter. And there's a great quote, I forget who said it, I think it was John Maxwell, but people don't care about what you know until they know how much you care. So I'll repeat that. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you really truly care about people and you want to help them change their life, like honestly, if you don't realize this by now, I want to freaking change millions of people's lives on this planet. Period. People deserve to live the most epic life possible on their terms. I'm always coming from the heart. But sometimes I do focus on the transaction and the sale because, hey, that's a great outcome to have. You want to have the income and everything. But hey, also, it's also just getting someone in your team so you can change their life in the end. That's what really That's what really does it for me, is being able to change people's lives. You know, money's great. Money can buy experiences, which is really, money should be used for experiences, because that's the only thing that matters in the end anyway, right? Yeah, of course, you know, and I want it too, and so do you, and probably so do other people. You don't want the Lamborghini, the nice car. You want to have a nice house. You want to be able to do a lot of cool things. But experiences, like going to a really exotic location or something like that, that's what matters. So coming from the heart and really connecting with people, you can really dive into what their why is, what their goals are, why they want to start a business, why they want to have their own business, why they want to have success. Come from the heart. Really talk to people and invoke emotions, because the heart is the most powerful organ in the body. In fact, when you're talking to someone face to face, the heart actually has an electromagnetic field that extends. It's called the heart torus. It extends and wraps around your body, and people can actually feel that. You can actually feel that. And actually, if you're talking to someone and you just think in your mind, focus on your heart, like, how can I talk to someone? And you're like if you really focus on your heart, the right words will come out, and the other person will feel like you really care. You won't be as tense in your voice. You'll really be connecting with that person. So just some great points right there. So again, back to these points, these 5 tips of great leaders, or attributes rather. Of course, there's so many others. There's assertiveness, there's consistency, persistency, heart-focused, and resourceful. So hope you enjoyed this video. More videos coming soon. Apologies for lack of inconsistency on my Facebook here. Take care. Bye.